We are almost done with level 1 in the Kanoko course. Sorry, I'm drinking my water. It's a good story about buses. I started riding the bus in 5th grade. Well, of course, that was only because I wanted to... well, it made it easier on my mom. I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable, but I started riding the bus home. So I thought, okay, well, why not do it in the mornings? Well, actually, I think that was in high school when I started doing that. I can't remember, though. Yeah, it wasn't middle school. It was high school when I started doing that. Partway through. Because my mom would drop me off, and then I'd take the bus to high school. But, I started doing that in the Billy Blues talk show days very early on. So we could, as soon as we all got off the bus, start doing Billy Blues talk show. And that was a glorious 3.5 months with the original cast. We had so much fun. At least I did. The other two stopped talking to me because I was annoying, so... Well, I don't know. The last one didn't stop talking to me. He just said he didn't want to do Billy Blues talk show anymore. He stopped hanging out with me outside of school, but I was too selfish to care, I guess. We weren't that close. He was like the most popular guy in school, and I was one of the more eccentric guys. I guess I was quite the nerd, if that's how you want to put it. A geek, if you will. But I was still like, I was popular in a weird way. Like, people liked me. The normies liked me. Not all the time. Some of them tried to make fun of me, but it just didn't work out. Like, I wouldn't, I'd laugh at myself too. That old Bobby Hill strategy that I like so much. Oh my god. So many individualized ones. It's obnoxious. Okay. Well, the only ones we have on the sides are done completely. These. Alright, we have all the edges except for the top and the bottom completely done, so you know what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Who would have guessed? This just helps me clear my head a lot more about it. Yep. Alright. What is this? Just making guesses, pretty much. I mean, most of the time I am looking at the numbers, but this is easier to figure out because... What is this picture making? I don't know the twos. I can't figure that out. Unless... Oh! Okay. Oh! Alright, I need to start being careful. But that was just kind of due. That was just kind of due. Oh, my vision went blurry when I did that because I leaned into the microphone for it. Three's totally there. Alright, I feel like I can figure out the rest based on the math because we have gotten a large chunk of these done. Okay. 4 and... No, 4 and 4 is here. Fuck! This looks like a Pokeball? Those don't exist yet. 2112. Again, the Rush album. Same thing again, 2112. Alright, that's okay, yeah. And then just ones, 4 ones for the next 2 columns. And we've already got that Done. Great. 3, 1, 1, 2, 1. That's done too. Just a lucky guess. So that means this side is going to be exactly like... Okay, so I didn't need to fill in those X's or anything at all. What is that? Just a bell? You know, like a... We already had the word bell, so what is this? Ornament? It's like a collar on a cat's... Tinkle? I'm going to let that sink in while I drinkle my water. What kind of story am I supposed to tell for Tinkle? It just makes me think about cat collars, which makes me think about Black Cat, the stray cat nearby, who comes over and is scared of us. Cats! They make me so mad. Actually, let's see how long that one level took us. We are 1/4 of the way done. And 52 minutes. That's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Alright, we've got 15s. We've got... Ooh, this is... Okay, this is not terrible. Stop saying something's not terrible. Stop telling yourself not to... No. We're not doing this again. Okay, so... What have I been doing? Just work, except yesterday I only worked for an hour and a half, and that was on the way home from Veg Fest. Nashville Veg Fest here in Tennessee, of course. That has to be the 6, right? No. Great. That was helpful. Alright, I'm just going to follow my strategy of getting the sides and the top and bottom. Alright. 13. The 13 could be over here. But we have this. 3, 4. Oh, well, never mind. I know how to get to 10 because of the grid pattern. Great, so the 13 is in the middle. Okay, so we have everything on the top, bottom, and sides, so we can go from there. Great. Alright. But Veg Fest was very fun. It was less than last year was. I don't know if I talked about last year's at all. But it was fun. You know, I don't have that much money right now. I'm still recovering, and I gotta pay Grant back $700. But yeah, that's all accurate. Okay. Sorry. I am way too focused on something that feels a little too easy to require this much focus. What was I saying? Oh, but I spent so much on cookies. And I swear to God, I had the best cookies I've ever had in my life. And I mean it. And I've eaten a lot of cookies. I'm a gourmet cookie connoisseur. Was it Jamie's Cookies from Atlanta, Georgia? And they will ship to you. And if I had money, a lot of money, or just any money to spare, I would buy it. Instead of buying fucking... I can't say the name. It's an upcoming LP Master 6 game. I bought another one of those this morning. I decided twice a month instead of once a month. I'm going to treat myself to something nice. Because not doing it has just made me feel badly. Like I'm never going to get a move on with any purchases I ever want to make. And you know, I've been working on my video game collection since I was like, what, 3? So, I mean, technically before I was born, when my sisters had, you know, the Nintendo 64 and such. This is the 5. Oh, do we have the 5112 already? We do. Great. Ow. And this one is done. Because I know what to do. I know it's not actually done until I actually press the button, but you get the picture. Okay. Series of 3 1s at the bottom. We did that. And then then we have that. Yes, because 4 then 8. Great. And we know this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and this was what? 2? Yeah, not 3. That was not 3. That was 2. And I keep forgetting to do the right side because we know that. So I'm putting in extra work for no reason. 7. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spaghetti's good. Oh yeah. That is a reference you guys will never get. I'm sorry, I blanked out again. Oh, and I had the best mac and cheese of all time. Imagine Vegan Cafe out of Memphis. And we live barely closer to Memphis than Nashville, just barely. And I have a lot of family in Memphis, so we've eaten there several times. But if I'm going to get a meal out at this Nashville Veg Fest, surrounded by restaurants we've never eaten at, I'm still going to get that mac and cheese. The mac and cheese they bring to festivals, the noodles are bigger, and they're so good. Oh my god, I can't tell you how good they are. I can tell you, I just did, but I can't express it to you properly. Sorry, I'm a big foodie. I spent $50 there. The game I bought today was only $16 after tax and shipping. It is a Game Boy game coming up on the channel. So, you guys can look forward to that. Alright, it's focus time now. I have to focus. I'm sorry. I know you want to hear me ramble on. Oh, it smells like cat dump. Somebody just used the litter boxes and it's smelling the whole house. Luckily, that doesn't happen often at all. But it does happen. You know, maybe once every other day. When you have 13 cats, what do you expect? Of course, they don't all stay inside. So I guess you could expect it a little less. But it's probably Sylvester. He's been having smelly-ass dumps lately. Oh, that is this. Ooh, 4131. Oh, it's done! What is that? It's a rollerblade? That's got to be a rollerblade. What is a skate? Okay, that's a better word for it. Huh? What an interesting picture to put in this game. Is that popular in Japan? Skating? As far as I'm aware, they don't have a lot of ice there, except I guess on mountaintop. It shows how much I know about Japanese geography. I know a lot about their hobbies, but not so much about any of that. Oh, this is 14, so I don't actually know which side. Oh, we've got zeros, we've got zeros. We got a lot of zeros. Oh my god, so this puzzle's way shorter. Skating just makes me think about The Catcher in the Rye. And The Catcher in the Rye is my favorite book of all time. Even though a lot of people are like, oh, that is so toxic. The character is a boy growing up in the 50s, and he doesn't treat... I mean, he treats women politely, but he goes on and on about how he finds it despicable how other guys treat women. I think it's very ahead of its time, honestly. And yeah, he's not perfect. He's a guy in the 50s. You don't not every character has to be perfect or a good influence. That's something I can't stand people saying. Like, The Great Gatsby, everybody's like, oh, that is such a toxic masculinity book. It's very classist and blah, blah, blah. Of course it is. That's the point of the book. From the main character, all of the characters suck. That's the book. That's what the book is. And at the end, the main character... That's good character development, shall we say. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I know, it's in public domain now. That's how old it is, but still. You know, I still recommend people read it. And the writing is beautiful. It's sarcastic in a very 20s way. And I don't like a lot of writing from that time period, but I think it's... If at first I thought, oh, this is just trying to be uppity and classy. It's really not. He's just writing eloquently, I think. And even so, it's first person. It's from an uppity, classy guy. Mm. But books like that with bad, flawed characters, that's what's interesting. I mean, I get for kids you need a good influence, but I don't think a kid should read either of those books. And I was reading on the toilet, actually, right before recording this and uploading the first 10 parts of the series. Actually, I uploaded part 6, then went to the bathroom, and then 7 through 10, and here we are now. So that's the outline of my day, aside from calculating finances, scooping litter boxes, washing dishes, etc. Oh, I forgot to log that I washed the dishes. I'm going to do that now before I forget. Oh, I can't get distracted. I was going to talk about, I read this article on Friends because my sister used to love Friends. My eldest sister is obsessed with Friends. It's her favorite thing. She loves that show. And she got me and my other sister really into it when we were kids. We were all kids. Because they are 9 and 12 years older than I am, I think. I know Amy is 9 years older than I am. I don't know about Christy. I think she's 12 years older than I am. But, yeah, I'm definitely the baby child. I was almost not born. Not abortion-wise. They really tried to have me and struggled. And then I was conceived on New Year's Eve. My father has told me this story. They were, in a very rare occasion, under the influence. That was 1998. You can't prosecute them now. They're different people. And now my sister, middle sister, not the one obsessed with Friends, is all like, I don't like Friends anymore. I'm like, why? And she's like, it's racist, it's homophobic, and all of this. And I get where she's coming from. I don't think it's a racist show, but the casting is definitely racist. And I was just reading up on these articles about it. What am I doing? I need to look for down. Well, there's nothing really that helpful down. Well, then again, okay, 11 is our max. Yeah, really not that helpful. Well, I'm going to just guess and figure out where this 5 goes. Great. Nice. Epic! 6. I'll figure out where the 6 goes. Ooh, that is helpful. See, mistakes can actually be really helpful to you. Do we want to go... Which way do we want to go about this? Oh, we have 13 all figured out here because we know both of these sides are done. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And we have, what, how many spaces now for this 5? Doesn't matter because we figured that out. Oh, okay, the 5 could technically be anywhere over... Nope. Oh, 2 and 2. Oh, but if that's 2 and 2, then that's... Okay. Sorry, I know I said I was going to talk about something, and then I didn't. I'm just leaving you on the edge of your seat, that's all. Don't worry about it. 3 and 10... Jesus. There's just so much to do in this game. It's overwhelming. It's kind of like Mario Odyssey, you know, you can go around collecting moons, and then lo and behold, there's something else to do here in the way that you get sidetracked. That's how it is, seeing different lines, and you're like, ooh, I know what to do in this line. It's a good feeling. Again, I will say it again, this is a very satisfying game. More good guesswork on my part. Thank you. Here? Aha! And I was reading articles about that because I was looking into it because my sister said, yeah, it just takes a quick Google search, a good Goog to discover how racist the casting was because there's very few black characters at all or non-white people in total. And, you know, I never thought about that as a kid. I guess because I'm white, but I had never really thought about that in the all-black shows, like with primarily a black cast. You know, I just never thought about it. And, yeah, I do think it's wrong, but one of the series creators responded and said you know, that is actually, like, she didn't try to cover it up and say that's not something we thought about. She was like, you know, that's just how it was back then. You had black shows and you had white shows. And we really didn't think much of it. That's just the way it was. If I could change that now, I would. Because I don't know how truthful that is. But that is true, actually, looking back. There's very few interracial shows. Even in the, you know, not until the late 2000s, maybe? Early 2000s, mid, I don't know. That's so strange. We really do live in a screwed up, backwards world. We're getting there, though. I have faith. Well, that's not going to make me dislike the show. They did specifically go out of the way and say, because one of the executives at NBC said, hey, we want your cast to be more diverse. This takes place in New York City. And they're like, no, the main cast has to be 6 straight white people. The plots only work with 6 straight white people. And I guess they wanted to relate to the middle class normie masses, which I feel like that's unnecessary. I feel like a casting, you know, call should be non-specific to race, unless you're doing something like The Office, where there just has to be a black guy, you know, for the joke, not like a joke that he's the black guy, but the joke that some white guy would make obnoxious racist jokes that nobody else in the office appreciates. But okay, I guess that's enough about my philosophy on that. But the comments were hilarious on that, just back and forth about racism in shows. And like, people were like, well, it never mattered to me growing up in the 70s when I saw a black show or a white show. I never thought about the color of the people on the cast. But then they'd of course add a semi-racist comment and ruin everything that they were saying. And then somebody would respond and say, this is the problem, you white people never notice. And it just felt like, why does there have to be so much hate regarding everything? And you know, of course, that is coming from a privileged straight white male. I get it. I'm not the most credible source to be talking about anything ever. You know, but okay, that's not what I meant. Like Mario, I'm a pretty good credible source, but gameplay-wise, you get what I mean. But on issues of discrimination, I'm the last person. And we've talked about this before. It's like how Bo Burnham's Inside describes it. You know, white men, middle-class white men always want to, you know, butt in and be socially conscious, or woke, I guess, as it were. Shoe. Why did Shoe come after High Heel? That's some pretty good pixelated shoe art, though, for the kind of stuff we're making.